Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a gameplay feature of World of Tanks. I'm the Ninja Stalker, and we're going to be playing a few tanks here. I'm going to warn you, I'm a bit hyper because I had a... What is this? Celsius? Delicious. Anyways, and I had some other stuff. Anyways, we'll go ahead and play. I used to try and do a let's play of these tanks, this game, but it doesn't work out, so I'll just do a let's play of some tanks that I like. I'm gonna go ahead and forewarn you, my garage is nothing but premium tanks, but I'm only gonna be playing with certain tanks, so we'll go ahead and get started with this tank. One of my favorites and hated tank, but you know, I hate it because I think it gets well, obviously it doesn't get preferential matchmaking, but it gets matchmaking as if it was a T-54 tank, which is a tier 9, and it'll see tier 10s. Look at that. This is like, I don't know, out of 10 games, this is probably like the 6th, 7th time that I've seen tier 10s. This tank is screwed. Alright, let's show you guys how terrible I am at this game. Alright. Alright, going to A0. After that, we're probably going to, actually, we're going to jump into the AMX 1357, which is one of my favorite light tanks. I didn't really think I was a light tank player. Go figure. I do like a certain light tank, and it's that tank. They did fix light tanks in a certain patch, 9.20 actually. So yeah, they fixed tier 10 light tanks. I was gonna say tier 10. They fixed light tanks all around. They used to get matchmaking bumped up one. So if you were tier 7, you actually got tier 8 matchmaking, and you would see tier 10s. Now, if you're a tier 7 light tank, you're just gonna see up to tier 9. You get like a 2-tier spread or something like that. M4 Revolution object. Moving on. Oh god. Who's in this? There's a 13 Hey, I did something. I can now die in peace. We got heavy tanks moving up. My job is done. One shot, 239 damage. I could die now. This tank suffers mobility. Really, mobility is what's hurting this tank. It's modeled off of the T-44. Yeah, it's modeled off of the modeled off the T-44, but it's got upgraded armor. It's got armor of the T-54. Kill him, kill him, kill his ass. Come on. There is no bitching in my kitchen. Let's go ahead and fix that and get the hell out of here. See, he could have targeted him, and he didn't. He targeted me because he was like, ooh, a tier 8 premium. That's what he did. That's what everyone does. But yeah, this is model off the T-44. It doesn't have armor. T-44 most definitely doesn't have the mobility of the T-44. It's got the second best gun of the T-44, this 100 millimeter gun. It's okay, but for a tier 7. Now the T-44 does see he didn't knock it out, he just hurt it. Not hurt it, he damaged it. Oh dear God. What? Yeah. Whew. lucky. That was straight up luck. Because my reticle was like nasty huge. Oh, something was gonna happen. Well, there you are. I got 2 tanks, surprisingly, in a tier 10 game. This tank, let me go back to the garage. This tank, what do I want to say, stock form. When you originally get this tank, because this is a premium tank, so you have to purchase this tank. When you get this tank, it is not great on its own. When I say that, you purchase the tank, you got a 50% crew, possibly, unless you get some special where the crew's 100%, but I don't think I remember the crew being 100%. So 50% crew, this tank sucks. The tank alone sucks. When you get top tier and you're against tier 6s, it's okay, but even tier 6s can fuck you up because this tank does not have the mobility. In namesake, a T-54 is all it is based on the armor. It's got 120 at the front, 90 in the sides, 45 in the rear, 200, 120, 170, or no, not 175, but 75. The turret itself is based on, well, supposedly, it's based on the T-44. When you look at it, I mean, look at it. That looks like a T-44 turret. When you look at the T-54 turrets, it might have the same number, but it's a different shape. As a matter of fact, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll go over here. Yeah, so see, there's tier 8, tier that, and let's go for Heather, preview tank. So there's a stock turret, and it's got 200, 155, and 60 at the rear. So this turret is better, and it's round. Ours is not like that. You've seen it. And then the next best turret for this tank is really what makes this tank pretty nice. It's got like 240 or something like that. Boop. Look at that, told you. So this one has it as is, like that. It's modeled off of the T-44, and I'm saying that a lot, but it doesn't have the mobility of the T-44. As a matter of fact, T-44 stock engine is 560. This has a 520 horsepower. Where is it at? Yeah, look, 520 engine power. The T-44 stock engine is what is it? 560. Yeah, see, 560. So this thing is going to pick up and go better than a T-54. T-54 for first prototype, or T-54 mod 1, and then you get to upgrade the engine again, and you get the 620 engine. T-54 is going to get that 620. They have better mobility. Now the thing is, when you got all this armor on, you're going to move slowly. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, there we are. What do you know? It was a defeat. Go figure. It says 546, but that's because I have the Lend-Lease oil. I sacrificed the fire extinguisher because I want this tank to pick up and go. This is a medium tank. It needs to pick up and go. Your top speed doesn't compare to the T-54, most definitely, and not to the T-44. Your traverse, your turret traverse, it's a gimped T-44, and the T-44 is at a tier 7. You do have the armor, sure, but this tank is hardly ever top tier. I think when the developers created this tank, they purposely or accidentally left a code in this tank that it registers it as a T-54 at tier 9, and it sees tier 10 games a lot. You'll see tier 10 games a lot in this tank. It's very unforgiving. When this tank's gonna get good, or you get good, you're gonna need Brothers in Arms. You're gonna need Sixth Sense. I almost had trouble saying that. You're also gonna want view range up. Working on camo isn't too bad because surprisingly this tank gets decent camo even while moving. It's also got a lower profile than the T-54 that is supposedly, in namesake, supposed to be. It's got a lower profile. As a matter of fact, it's got the same low profile as the T-44. Everything about this tank is T-44 except for numbers on paper, and in the armor values here that says it's a T-54, and the turret is a T-44 turret. The gun, second best. The T-44 can get a better gun than this. You don't move as fast. You have armor. The gun isn't as great. You don't reload as fast. It does the accuracy as is and all that. I could reload better if I put, you know, the medium gun caliber tank gun ram or whatever you want to call that. But really, this tank isn't going to do well in tier 10 games. I don't know what the developers were thinking when they did that, because it's kind of messed up seeing tier 10s after tier 10s after tier 10s. Now, most people say now, because this is, what, patch 9.20.1 or something like that, that matchmaking's messed up for tier 8 tanks. Even before that little mess up, when I first got this tank, this still met a lot of tier 10s. And I was like, when am I going to be top tier? And there'll be times I'll be top tier, but you see tier 10s a lot. You will see tier 10s a lot, like probably more than normal T54 to be honest. I'm hardly ever top tier in this. And even when I'm top tier, this is not an OP tank. Tier 6s can easily get around you because you just don't have the mobility. To fix that, to make this tank doable, in my opinion, you need your driver to be working on, what is it, off-road driving and clutch braking. This tank would be heavily reliant on consumables, so I got this to help out. I got my driver working on off-road driving. You need brothers in arms. You just need stuff to work it out. Because on its own, it's nothing. Even with these guys, it's barely going to be any fun. I think this will be a fun tank, just barely hitting the realm of fun tank. Probably skill set 4 or 5. And it's just barely in the realm. Like, the way I have it in my mind is you got normal tanks where the grind is going to be tough. And then you have, and you got like those tanks that make the game interesting. You know, you're still going to lose, you know, but all that. Then you got your fun tanks, and then you got your OP tanks. This will barely scratch the fun section. So yeah, because of your mobility, people can find weak spots on you because you're just not fast enough to just shift out in the field and like use your armor effectively like T54s do and T44s be able to get in and out of situations. But that's what it is. Let's see what's another. Yeah, I said I was going to do this. Let's jump in. I'm trying to get these guys moving up. So let's go ahead and do another gameplay. See what happens. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, look at that. Matchmaking's nice for this tank. Still doesn't mean it's going to be a great game. I can die in like seconds because I'm just not that great of a player. Just not that great, but I do try. Speaking of which, where am I gonna go? No, it's a straight line. Showing me up soon. Oh yeah, sure. Really, I don't join him though. I have an idea he's probably gonna go over there, so I'm gonna go over there too. This tank, French tanks, they catch fire, and I don't have, as you can see, an automatic fire extinguisher or a regular manual fire extinguisher. So if I get a hit, a 20% chance catching fire, it can happen, and it does happen, and it sucks. But considering it's a light tank with very little health, meeting up against these tanks out here, I think it's understandable. It happens, shit happens over there. Lucky me. Ooh, gonna move before Artie just drops one on my ass. A bit. Oh, sweet Jesus. They try. No. Ooh, damn, somebody busted his chops. That shit. Ooh, that was a close one. They are trying with me, y'all. AMX 1317. This tank, you want to just keep on moving. Features about this tank that's pretty good is the gun. It's got 8 rounds. You reload in 15 seconds flat if you get a good crew, and you can probably reload faster than that. Faster than that with like consumables and other stuff. Somebody kill him, I gotta reload. It takes me 15 seconds, damn you. 15 seconds. Oh God. No. Okay. Thank you. It's cool, bruh. You're paying for it. It's whatever. I'm not really not mad over something as dumb as that. At least it was a teammate. Okay, so let me just get out of that. But yeah, okay, so for this tank, the only good thing about it is the gun. 8 rounds. Other light tanks don't have that. You can shoot them off in like a second or 2 seconds. So it's like bam, 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 right? And then it's like, for me, 15 seconds flat to reload it because of improved ventilations and Brothers in Arms. So you can see if you have strong coffee, it'll work. You have that directive vent purge, it'll make it better. And if you got venting system, make it even that much sweeter. Turret traverse, decent. I think stock, or not stock, normal tanks, because this is a premium tank. Normal tanks have better than that. Traverse, they have them better than that. What was really sucking about this? Let's see. Aim time is, I think that's pretty good. That's okay. Could be better, but hey. The penetration's terrible, especially when the matchmaking was what it was before. 90 average damage and 143 average penetration. Could be better, but I'm not complaining for that because they fixed the matchmaking for this tank. And ooh, these two moved up and he didn't. All right, so there's that. But apart from that, armor, it's what it is, a light tank. Who cares? This tank catches fire though, and your engine's like up here at the front, or it's made out of paper mache, and it's in the back, and people can still shoot through, and you catch fire. But the thing is, your top speed is okay. The engine's what sucked about this tank. It's a light tank. It doesn't move as fast as other tanks out there. When I didn't put this on, it was 220. No, was it? I think it was at 250 the horse. Yeah, 250 at the horsepower, or engine power, I should say. And the specific power to rate ratio was what was it? 16 something. That was pretty slow for a light tank, and I don't like that. Other light tanks, especially tier 7, are like 18 to 20. This tank needs some love from Wargaming. This needs to be 18 normal without this 105 octane. That way when I put the octane on, I can just hit the 20s, because I think tanks normally at tier 7 have like in the 20s or something. Oh, come on, phone, why are you doing this to me? You're breaking my balls. Turn that off. Yeah, they're like 20s, 22, something like that, I think. You know what, let's double check. Let's double check. It's a tier 7. Let's look at our 7s. Vehicle details. What are you? Look at that. It's already at 20. That's stock. What about Russia at tier 7? LTG 21. What about America? The US tier 7. U 19. Yeah, see, everyone's got much higher, and I barely can just get there. It's just not fair. Yeah, it's a premium tank, but like there are other things about it that's not great. It's got a high profile. I mean, look at this turret. One shot right here, your freaking thing is gone. This needs mobility. It really does. So yeah, there's that. Let's try another tank. I like this tank, even though it's like at 47%. It's a good tank though. It's got the gun to see tier 10s. It's got the gun. Although I could be reloading faster and getting those shots out, I sacrificed that gun rammer for something else. I think I have binos, vents, and what was the other thing that I put on this tank? Was it the gun lane drive? Yeah, I have the gun lane drive because I wanted this, it's like sniper roll tank that the aim time will just be quicker. But yeah, T-47. Where can I go in this? Oh shit, my bad, sorry. Little scorpion, cute little tank. Oh, that thing's hurry up and move. That's one of my favorite tanks right there. When the British tank line first came out in the Super Test, I was playing that tank a lot. A freaking lot. Somebody needs to kill that T-49. Yeah, kill his ass, kill his ass. Yeah. I'm not a professional at this. Sometimes I don't know where to go. I just go to places that I think might be good, but they're both not. So, yeah. That was a Tortoise Su-122-44. Sure, why not? That tortoise is to die. It's to die. Get him! Oh damn, cat tiger. Well, what do we have? Somewhere. Yeah.
ocupado.
Reload, reload. Somebody kill him. Somebody kill him. No, fuck him. Frick him. Damn it. What? Somebody spotted me. Like, I was wondering if they would ever make that tank a premium tank solely on the name. Black Prince, come on, man. That's such a... Oh shit, hurry up before I get hit. Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, well, that was gonna be a thing. Come on. Pretty sure that was a hit. Unless it landed low. I think I did get him down to 173. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this tank is good. It's pretty good. I mean, armor, it can, I don't want to say auto bounce, but it can bounce 90mm guns. Sometimes, what the hell is this? Tank sniper? Cool. I don't want to say auto bounce, but it can bounce 90mm guns. Okay, I'm gonna leave. And he left too. Yeah, because of like how angled back that is. I mean, look at that. And then, of course, with hitting the X button on your keyboard, you can like move this up and down while you're out there sniping and then cause more bounces. Or force bounces, I should say. This gun is pretty good, though. It's got the penetration to see tier 10 tanks. You don't really need to use APCR. As a matter of fact, I don't really use, what do you call these? Gold rounds, that's what we used to call them. You don't really need to use these too much with this gun. There are some tanks you do, but most of the time you don't. Stock, or not stock, the normal penetration for this gun, pretty good. The issue is this tank is solely revolved around this gun. You don't really have a high average damage per minute, but it can get there. The reload is good. It would be faster if you put in you know, that large caliber tank gun rammer. Is that what it is? Medium. Wow, it's a 105 and it's got a medium. It is a 105 gun. So you put that, it'll make it faster and you'll just be sniping pretty decently. The issue, however, is the aim time and the accuracy. For a tank destroyer, a sniper kind of tank, the accuracy is terrible and the aim time's not great. So that's why I put in this enhanced gun laying drive. View range, I put this because I want to be able to spot people, because from what I can tell, this tank's got decent camo value, so I can stay in the far back and support like I was doing and do well. It doesn't have great traverse speed, but it's understandable for a tank like this. You don't really need it to be that high, because then there'll be an issue with people like, oh, I can't get around, he keeps forcing bounces and I got a 90mm gun. It's understandable. It's got good damage per shot. It's good. This tank is really revolved around this gun, and it's a lot of fun. This is a fun tank. I win matches, I lose matches. Ultimately, it's a fun tank. And I can say, I mean, look, like 48% win rate. And I still say it's a fun tank. There are other tanks out here that I'll have 48, like this one, 48%. I don't like this tank. This tank sucks. 48%, it sucks every time I look at that. But this tank, I don't care that it says 48. I have fun in this tank. I'll eventually hit somebody and do some damage, and it'll be pretty good. It's a fun tank. It could be at 30% win rate. It's still fun to me. Apart from that, let's do another medal. Let's do another medal. Yeah, I told you there is premiums for days, but I only play with certain ones now because I have fun in those. It's a fun one right here. Do we want to play that? I don't know. Give me a second. I did get a message on my phone. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so let's jump in. Do I want to play this tank? The thing I like about this tank's got a 130mm gun, and when it hits, and it's a tier 6, so you only see like tier 8 the highest. Do I want... Thing is, this tank is tall, it's got a high profile. Once you shoot, you're seen. It sucks. You're like fucking done, mate. You're fucking dead. There's another one right here, but as you can see, 40. I've had some matches. This tank can pick up and go though. That's a good thing about it. Like, you want a light tank that's got a little bit more armor. Here you go. Here you go. It's pretty good. It's pretty much like a Cromwell. Let's just jump back into this one and try to build up a crew. That's what we do. We just play and build up a crew. Oh, okay. So they're gonna put me in a top tier match, huh? All right, I see tier 6s. All right, it's the first time in a long time. Serene Coast, though. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, let's see. We got a Tiger 2 on our team. They got an Emil T44 100. That's a good tank right there. Marked at tier 8, even though the T44, I believe, is a tier 7. I did that because I think the mobility on that tank is it better than a T44, or is it the same as a T44? And it's got side skirts. And does it have better frontal armor? I'll have to check on. Actually, you can't check on that because you'd have to have it. I think they're going to be selling that tank later on in October, though. Currently, right now, it's like the end of September. Yeah, I think that's going to go on sale. I might get that tank. I'm not sure. Why I would get that tank is the mobility. I like tanks with mobility and decent armor, but mobility is really what's going to make a fun game. Yeah, if mobility, you can get it in and out of trouble. And if you have a decent gun, decent gun. It will see tier 10s though, but at least it has the mobility to, like I said, get in and out of trouble. Versus this tank. This tank, I'm too slow. I get into trouble, I'm stuck in trouble for some time. So the Tiger ones over there. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! I was spotted. Oh wait, there's no artillery. Okay, I was worried. I was like, oh, you see this? Look at this gun depression. Come on, man. Come around that corner, boy. Oh, and that was a delayed shot. Woo. Am I blushing or what? Fly, what are you doing? It's not like you. What are you petting? Alright. Hey, Tiger VKP, what the F, bruh? Stop getting in my way. Actually, you get in my way. That way I can, oh, come on. I want some shots, too. Shot. Oh, God. Stop. You're scratching my paint. You're scratching my paint, bro. What up? Okay. Are you stoned? Okay. Oh, God. Hey, you. Look at your sexy tank. Look at your sexy tank. Sexy tank. I really do like that tank. Like, in my Let's Plays of Arma Cold War Assault or Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis and the other Arma games, primarily Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis, I mention I like Russian tanks that have that T-55, T-44, somebody, T-44 look, T-54. This is just what a tank looks like. The Russians had a great idea of what a medium tank should be. T-72s was like that one tank. I was like, oh, this tank's so amazing looking, this and that. Yeah, I like the way they look. Now, see, look at it. Look at this. Look at crawl up the hill. Oh my God. I do have Road King though, or off-road driving, whatever you want to call that. So it makes it just a little. It's a little. Don't shoot me. Okay. See, I can still worry from a T-25. He can still fuck me up. Don't you do it. Don't you. Okay. So, because he can still aim at my lower plate. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Lucky. Uh-oh. Now he can fuck me up. I know he's got, like, HE rounds, and he'll just be like, eat this. I cast a deadly shadow. That's what he'll be saying. Apocalypse is here. I need to, like, come around. Come around, come around. Oh, really? Come on, bruh. Oh, Thunderbolt. How's it going? Get your ass up there. Get your ass up there. Onward! You know what? I'm gonna go this way while you guys go that way. Why not? That ISU does not have that BL-10 gun anymore, but he can still fuck me up. He could be like right there and be like, what up, bro? And I'm like, oh. Eat it. Yeah, kill his ass. Kill his ass. Oh, the ISU, son. Hey, man, don't. You want some of this? Nice. 6 kills. That is a first. I will tell you, since I've had this tank. Actually, is it a first? I don't know. Whew. But, oh yeah, I've already had mastery, I guess. Okay, so never mind, it wasn't a first. Clearly, you would have to... It's a first in a long time. How about that, making 6 kills? 3,000. But that's because we had a decent matchup. This tank doesn't get into decent matches, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. Excuse me, sorry about that. I don't know if you heard it, but I did. I did, and I did not like it. But I did it anyways. Now, this tank, 43%, we need to like work on it. This is based off of the Type 59. It does not get Type 59 matchmaking. It's the same hole. That's what they say. This has 120 millimeters frontal armor. The Type 59 has 100 up, 100 below. This is 120 up here, and I don't believe that's 120 down there. It might be. I don't remember what I saw in Tanks GG. It's got a great gun. Not as powerful as this. How do you say this freaking name? Is it the Stridsvan? I'm sorry to any Swedish viewers. I mean, like, I don't really get too many viewers, but it doesn't have as great penetration as the Stridsvan, but it has this gun right here has accuracy and aim time. The penetration would be comparable to that of the T-34 U.S. American heavy tank, T-248. Apart from that, this has got somewhat mobility, somewhat. But against tier 10s, you know, it's kind of like that T-54 Mod 1 or first prototype. The mobility is not quite there because this is a tank destroyer, so it's not going to have medium tank mobility like the Type 59. The Type 59 can like switch it up in the field, but the Type 59 doesn't see tier 10s. This does, and 120 millimeters isn't shit to tier 10 tanks. But yeah, and I'm still working on their skill set too. I don't have 6th sense on the commander, so yeah, that's a thing. Let's jump into battle, see what happens. It's an okay tank, but I still clearly need to learn more about it because I'm at a low win rate for it. Oh, Jesus. Ultimately, excuse me, I will say it is a necessary thing to have 6th sense as soon as possible. The way I go at it, I try to get everyone to work on, like if it's a tank destroyer, I'll get everyone to work on camo so that it's harder to see the tank. Like, I won't know if I'm spotted because 6th sense only works when it's 100, when you have that skill at 100%. It's not going to work if it's at 90%, 99%, or less. So I have everyone work on camo for tank destroyers and light tanks. Jesus, the one he needs to like move. Be kind to your light tanks and move out of their way. Because if you slow them down, you kind of screw things up for you. Let me see. So yeah, I'll have everyone work on camo, and then when they get to 100%, I'll switch it all out for Brothers in Arms, and then work on the next set of stuff. So the commander, instead of having him work on camo this time, I'll have him work on view range for both light tanks and tank destroyers, because I need to be able to see them before they see me. It's probably spotted. No, it was understandable. Enemy spotted me at F1. Oh, somebody's got one of them things on. That's a trap target. That's got a great Damn it. Jag Tiger. Yeah, I ain't getting through that. Surprisingly. Oh god, he's aiming right at me. Yeah, he can trade shots faster with me. Oh, okay, so he's bugging out. I better bug out too before Artie's like, ugh. Roll, damn it, roll. Put some firepower on him. What game that's from? For anyone curious for my channel, am I going to be doing any more Let's Plays? I do have some videos recorded, it's just I can't upload them because I have internet through the grace of my phone on the hotspot by some miracle from above. So yeah. Keeping on. So uploading off of a hotspot on my phone takes forever. Downloading and uploading takes forever. So yeah, that's an issue. Oh, where did that shot go? It was like I fired a blank. All that smoke and fire. The gun was like, I'm like, where'd that shell go? Ooh, ooh. Oh. Get in this bush. Camouflage. Disguise ready. Undercover. Missions. Operation underway. I like the Red Alert games. Command and Conquer Red Alert. Playing the spy was awesome. I'll have like a bunch of spies, even though they don't do anything but like steal info. They can't like defend themselves. Sucks. I wish there was like a mod that could fix that. Alright, Tiger 2. Come on. Come around that corner. Oh, you ungrateful bitch. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Please, T-26E4 don't die. It's actually a decent tank. Oh, I like the T-26E4 because it's based on the Persian, and the Persian's an amazing tank. Sadly, the T-26E4 Super Persian doesn't have a great turret. I mean, it's got that plate in front of the turret, but that turret, the original turret behind the plate, garbage. RU-251. I like the way this tank looks. You can see it's got a high profile, though. You see that, right? It's not like the T-54 Mod 1 or the T-44. This, based on the Type 59, has got a little bit higher profile. But the T-34-3, the medium tank that sort of replaced being quote-unquote a funny word there, the Type 59 has an even higher profile. The thing sticks out. It just sucks. And then with that 122mm gun, that only gets like -5 degrees of gun depression, which back in the day had -3 degrees of gun depression. Ugh. Garbage. Straight up garbage. No, RM53 M55. He can still fuck my shit up because I'm a tank destroyer. I don't have a turret. I just have the superstructure. So he can like come around me, hit my tracks, and then just start wasting. Shooting heat too? Little bitch. Probably necessary though. So, what do we have here? Ooh. Okay. Nice. We got 14 minutes. My phone did go off. Let me go see what it's about. Alrighty. I probably should be playing all my tanks. Yeah, this love hate for this. I mean, it's supposed to be like the Type 59, but it's not. Clearly, they didn't want to make another Type 59 because that would be problematic. Ah, see, look at that, it just sticks out. And then this sticks out more than the Type 59, and this doesn't have same armor values as the upper glacis. The Type 59 has 100 up here, 100 up here, or down here, and this down here for the Type 59 is angled back more, so this actually has more armor than the up part of the Type 59. This is not that. This is like 90 up here, 70 over here, and this isn't angled back as much as you can see. Like, that's this way, but then this is like that. So that's like sticking out, and it's like, hey, hit me here. And then this has a higher profile, 190 over here. What's this? 120, 60. Side armor is not the same as the Type 59. This is like 50. The next patch was at 920.1. They're gonna fix that. This is gonna have the same armor as the Type 59. And they said that they were gonna change the gun. The gun angle depression is gonna go from 0 to -4 degrees. That sounds like to me they're gonna move this 4 degrees down more. So then supposedly it's supposed to be, I guess, better for this gun to aim at people's lower glacis, because, you know, -5 degrees, and then how high up this tank is, because the whole profile is up more than a Type 59, makes it more difficult for this to aim at people's lower weak spots. So then they're going to move this down to make up for that. Clever, but it's not good enough, because this tank is revolved around this gun, sadly. It's a 122mm heavy tank gun, and they have it on a medium tank that's not going to move as fast as a medium tank because of how heavy this gun is. And this gun reloads very slowly. I think it takes me 11.36 seconds to reload this. The aim time is 3.12. They are going to fix the aim time for this gun. Originally, the aim time for this tank is like 3.4 seconds. My crew's got it at 3.12. They're going to move it to 2.9 seconds. But that's still nothing for this medium tank. The accuracy is at 4.6. I think originally it was at 4.46. This is at 4.42. Sorry, I can't speak right now. But really, what sucks about this gun is that penetration. 175mm penetration. Even though this tank gets preferential matchmaking, tier 8s and 9s, that's not going to do anything to them. So you're going to spend time aiming and then hoping that your accuracy doesn't fail you to hit at weak spots on tanks, like the side of their tank or the rear of their tank. You don't have the mobility to switch it up in the field to get around tanks and shoot them on the side or the rear. If you get lucky, sure, but you just don't have the mobility like a Type 59. So then this gun fails this tank. And then when you're one of the last tanks on your team and you got this gun, and let's say the enemy's got like, there's more than one enemy, they're going to surround you and they're going to fuck you up. Because they're going to know you're going to take a long time to reload and you might not even have the accuracy to hit them. This tank is, I've played like 500-600 matches in this, and it just pisses me off. They are going to fix it in the next patch, but it's really not much. This gun needs better penetration, and I think it needs a better reload. Yeah, there it is, 11.06 seconds. Needs a better reload, something, because this is supposed to be a medium tank. What is a heavy 122 millimeter heavy tank gun doing on a medium tank? This is the way I see it. It's terrible. But hey, it's whatever. Let's see. Well, let's go jump back in this one. Why not? We got like 9 minutes, which means it's about close time for me to go to the gym, and I'll stop this video and attempt to upload it some point later on. Oh yeah, I was talking about like updates for this channel, stuff that I was gonna do. I'm considering getting the game Cuphead and playing that. I like the way that game looks on Steam. It reminds me of like Tex Avery, you know. I used to watch those cartoons when I was young. It's pretty cool. It's got like that 1930s to 50s things going on. Pretty cool. Great color drawing. Oh man, I told you to send this to your times. They're gonna fuck me up. Where are my other medium tanks? This tank does well when I support other medium tanks. Oh, okay, so there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on. Medium tanks. Alright. Tracks that lead on the ground. I used to play this game a lot on my older laptop, which was a Sony Vaio. I forgot what specific model number, but it was the one that was all white, and it had an NVIDIA GeForce GT 210M graphics card with a dual-core processor. Yeah, I used to play World of Tanks on that, and I did not have graphics this good, or frame rate this good, I'll tell you that right now. I used to play that thing at like 30 frames. It's sad. What did I say on the side? Oh, I thought that said something on the side of his tank. What does that say? Side of my tank, I have what is this? Australian? Yep, Australian flag, because I like Australia, and remembrance. Why the Australian flag? Because one day I'd like to live there. I don't know what it is. I just, ever since I was a kid, I was like, man, Australia sounds like a great place to be. It's just got that thing for me. It's like, welcome to Australia, like. Maybe if I live there long enough, I'll get a legit accent. Too much. They changed my name or something. Bearded Savage. Robert Muldoon. By the way, if you're Australian, don't kill me. I don't mean any disrespect. Oh. Okay. Damn. Way to kill him. Eat that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kill his ass. Get their asses. Yeah. Shit, I think I bumped into some. What in the hell? Aww. Better move before Artie's like, yo, Titan 82. Catch this. Catch it with your teeth. And I'll be like, how was that? Oh god, no. That didn't kill you? Don't worry, I got more. Dude, that's a tier 10 artillery piece. One shot. Go. Like, whoa! Hurry. I can do. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, come on, really? That didn't do anything? Come on, bruh. Oh shit! No! Go! Oh god, Jesus! Run for your lives! Wow. Oh, finally somebody got him. Oh, that bitch was using heat. Oh, you little piece of crap. Ugh. Back out. And that's how matches go. Who was that? The TVP? He kind of ruined things for me and him, to be honest, but it's whatever. Ooh, damn, 50%, really? I need fire, what's that? Fire extinguisher on this crew, or here. Because, look at this. 20% chance of fire, and fire does happen. I've noticed it, because I sacrificed that fire extinguisher, an auto fire extinguisher, for this 105. Ooh, look at that victory. For this 105, which is necessary, because it's plus 10% power to engine power and turret traverse. I don't think the Lend-Lease oil for this T-54 has that, does it? Nope, just 5% to engine power. But for here, this will catch fire. This crew, if you're doing something like this, I recommend fire extinguisher. Try to have that like one of your early skills to learn. It's kind of subjective where you want to have it learned at. I'm going to have it next. After these guys reach 100% for the third skill set, fourth set, I'm going to do something with one of the crew members, at least one of the crew members learning fire extinguisher or the firefighting skill. At least one of them. Probably, who would it be? No, it's not one. It might be the driver. Or could be the commander? I don't know, but you need it. You need it, especially if you're going to sacrifice that auto fire extinguisher or the manual fire extinguisher. You just need it. I don't know how fast they work, but I mean, when you don't have the firefighting skill, you'll burn. There'll be times that this tank actually survives a hit, but it catches fire, and then I'm like, great. Now my tank is moving slow because the fire is destroying the engine, it's destroying the turret, it's destroying my ammo rack, my crew's getting hurt, and boop, there it goes. I'm in flames. Other times, this tank will take a hit, fire, boom, this thing blows up, that's it. And I'm like, whatever. But I do notice fire can screw this tank up. So firefighting is definitely a thing. Apart from that, I'll go ahead, stop the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay footage of the T-54 Mod 1 or T-54 first prototype, the AMX 1357, the WZ-120 1GFT, yep, or in-game they just change it to whatever, and the Stridsvagn S1. I don't really know if this is called a Stridsvagn. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm not a great player at this. You got the Mighty Jingles is great, Quickie Baby's great, Circumflexus is great, Sir Falk, or Surfichet. You got Sam Lockhart, you got Aging Jedi, you got Plum Tanker. There's a bunch of others I'm subscribed to. I just don't remember their names off the top of my head, but they're all great players. I recommend you go to their channel and watch their games. This channel, I'm just doing a let's play of having fun. This is literally what it is. I had fun in this tank. I had fun in the T-54 Mod 1. Surprisingly, I was just starting their third crew skill set, which made the tank somewhat doable. Before that, it was not doable. again, you really need that sixth sense to help you out, and I didn't have that for a long time. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling. That's what I'm doing in this tank. I'm struggling because I don't have sixth sense, but once these guys get to 100, sixth sense is going to help this tank out. There'll be more info. I'll learn about the tanks, and I'll explain about the tanks like this. I'll explain later about, as a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and explain right now. So it's supposed to have the same armor profile as the Type 59. It really doesn't. As a matter of, like, here's the thing. This down here, 60 millimeters. Even though it says 80, it's 60. What's 80 is up here. This right here. This is 80. This is 60. And this right here, I don't know if you see that cut right there. That's actually spaced armor, which is, I think, 10 or 20 millimeters. Might actually be 6 to 20 millimeters added on. I don't remember the numbers, but that's spaced armor. So, you know, that's something right there. So it gets added onto this, and this down here kind of plays around. So this can side scrape, but because it's 60 millimeters down here, it cannot really side scrape, if that makes sense. So yeah, there'll be more info. I'll learn and say to you guys. I mean, who hasn't gotten around to watching Mighty those other YouTubers I've mentioned, because they'll explain tanks so much better. Aging Jedi, Mighty Jingles, Quickie Baby, they do that so well. They'll be like, oh, hey, here's the WZ-121. Yeah, see, like there, see this right here, 1FT, and down here it says 1G FT. They'll be like, oh yeah, so here's this tank, and here's this, the history, this to this, this to this, and they do an amazing job. Me, I just play this game to have fun, and I hope I showed you guys that I had fun, that you can have fun, even though clearly I'm not a great player. So yeah, anyways, there's that. Again, go ahead, leave a comment, a like, subscribe if you feel like it. Hey, I'm the Ninja, I'm signing out. Damn, I messed up on my name. I was like the Ninja Stalker.